comprehensive guide revisited. Don't just play 21. Here's a drill. You play without a serve to learn the coverages on the court. It's useful because sometimes the serve warps the game and the return rate warps the game. It needs to have a solid foundation. This is the way you build the foundation. The ball from 1 goes to 3. The ball from 2 goes anywhere but 2. This is the thirds. You learn to control the middle of the court, divide the court into thirds. You play in 2, your opponent plays in 1 and 3. They're always running. You're always pushing them to a corner. The game's not about hitting winners, it's about winning the battles. And so you want to work the point, keep control of the middle of the court. And you practice that even in this rally drill. The classic rally is you hit back to the other person off the first ball, and the point begins. When you hit down the middle, a lot of things happen, but cross courts are always better than down the lines because down the line opens the cross court. If you hit to your opponent, they will run you. So you always want to hit cross courts. That's why you stay in number 2 and you hit the ball to court 1 and court 3. The goal is to make them run. Any player that takes a step or 2, it changes all the dynamics. Once I hit the corner, there's options. The red option is the down the line. The green option is the cross court. This has to be balanced with their strengths and weaknesses. The red option is down the line because it's a shorter distance over a shorter part of the net, and it opens up the cross court. The cross court's better because it's a longer distance over a shorter part of the net, and you make them move. So he hits the cross court on me and I'm on the run. What should I do? Do I go back to him? Do I go line? I have 2 options. They're both good. You know, if you hang down the line, you go to their backhand. Hitting cross court, you maintain coverage in the court. By hitting cross court, I'm already on the next shot. Like, he's supposed to hit the ball cross court back to me. If I hit down the line, I have to be on the other side of the court to cover the cross court coming back. I hit this line shot, I'm really out of position. It becomes a good shot because he misses this ball here. It's a good shot because I'm going to his backhand and his backhand's weaker. It's a bad shot because the court opens. Look how far off the court I am, and he has all that time. But notice, I try to get in position if the ball bounces. I try to get to the other side of this half court. So whenever you're in a corner, you want to go to another corner, thus ensuring that they're on the move too. If they're in corner 1 and you're in corner 3, you want to hit to corner 3 to make them run. Going back to them and letting them sit on the forehand, they'll probably run you. So you gotta think about these things when you're playing. But there's not much time to think about these things when you're playing. So you need to get adjusted to the point where you already have a pattern set in your head. The easiest pattern is just to keep the ball into the corners. Play your opponent's weakness. Most players have a weaker backhand, so you play their backhand. But it's a balancing act. You have to adjust the strategy with your opponent. You're going to control the middle of the court, you're going to run into the corners. If their forehand's better than their backhand, you play their backhand side. But sometimes their backhands are more versatile than their forehands. They're more maneuverable, they can chip, they can go down the line, they can drop shot. So you have to balance the strategy with your opponent and see what works and read your opponent. So the strategy becomes like a guideline for you to play the court. But the simplest thing is you're always in control of the middle of the court. So by not hitting to number 2 in the middle of the court, you make your opponent move. I serve the ball wide. I push him into corner 3. He's hitting a backhand return. He hits it right back to me. And this is the other thing too. You gotta know where your forehand is. So divide the court physically. In this corner, from this yellow line over, you're gonna hit all forehands. From the blue line, you're gonna hit a normal backhand, a drive. But from the double sideline and beyond, between the double sideline, same as alley, you're going to hit a defensive backhand. And that's when you hit a backhand that will allow you time to get back into the court. You must know where your forehand is, and it really helps when you have a physical demarcation in the court. The better you are, the more that line moves over. So I hit the serve, and I try to get to attack position. I run around the backhand right there. And now I have options. I can go back to his backhand, or I can go down the line. The down the line is a little harder because I have to cover the cross court. The down the line is a little harder because the opponent has a stronger forehand. So you need to balance these things out. Also, the down the line is hard because you change directions. All these factors affect the outcome of you being able to execute the shot, but it must be balanced by what you can do. So the ball comes back to you. Can you hit the cross court? Can you hit the down the line? What shot works for you? It's not about winners. It's about forcing errors. It's very difficult to win a match and hit 24 clean winners. But if you make the opponent run to a ball in their opposition, the odds are they'll hit an error and you get the shot you want. You'll get a winner. Not a winner, but you'll win the point. Remember, the court's divided into thirds, and we do this to help you with your shot selection and to help you control the court so that they're always moving around. The easiest way to divide it, by dividing the court into thirds, you have a strategy. Like if you're in 1, you're going to hit the 3. If you're in 3, you're going to hit the 1. You can keep the ball out of the middle of the court, and you play the court to move your point. The backhand inside out, the forehand, from 2 to 1 is very difficult. It's much easier to go cross court. So you take into account these things. If you have a good forehand inside out, that's a different strategy. But you gotta decide what you can do with your backhand and what you can do with forehand. Basically, with your backhand, just hit cross court. Why would you hit the ball down the line to their forehand? If you hit the ball down the line, it opens up the cross court because you must cover the cross court. If you hit the ball cross court, you're okay. If I hit the ball down the line, you have to get to the recovery zone before the ball bounces. Their response will be a cross court. Their response will be the yellow shot. So you hit the red shot down the line, their response will be cross court, and you must be in the recovery zone for the next shot. If you're not in the recovery zone for the next shot, they'll hit a winner past you, and there's nothing you can do. If you hit the cross court, you're already in the recovery zone. They'll probably get cross court. Now the table turns. If they go down the line, it opens up the cross court. But you must know where your forehand is and where your backhand is, and this line will move the faster you are, the better you are. So from this, the green is all your forehands, the yellow is all your backhands. If you'll be on the single sideline, you're going to hit a defensive backhand. And we'll come back to that later. But practice this shot. By making the court into thirds, now we know from this position, you can hit a forehand, you can try to hit the ball inside out. By limiting your options, you play a similar pattern all the time, you'll make the same shots. There's no variety. Here's another example. He's doing a pretty good job running. Notice the defensive backhand. Again, defensive backhand. Now, there's a lot of things go wrong in that point, and a lot of things go right in that point. And we'll talk about how these things work out. And it's very difficult to have the strategy in your head when you're playing the point, actually. So off the serve, I hit a short ball in the middle. And he has a middle shot here, and he has options. Does he go to my backhand? Does he go back to my forehand? But he does the right thing. He takes the forehand positioning in the middle. By taking the forehand positioning in the middle, it's very difficult to read his shot. When you have a forehand, your shoulder doesn't really tell where the ball is going to go. If you have a two in the backhand, generally your shoulder tells you where the ball is going to go. When they point the shoulder to the backhand, they're going to hit it back and cross court. It's hard to read the shoulders in the forehand. So he proceeds to run me to the corner. He gets into attack position. That's always going to be your goal, get into this position right here. So you're hitting your forehand to your opponent's backhand. You're going to assume your forehand is always going to be better than your opponent's backhand. And I'm getting a defensive positioning beyond the single sideline. So I throw the ball high, and look where I can come back. I'll throw the ball high. Before the ball bounces, I'm back in the court, there. When do you hit the down the line? When you're in trouble, you can hit the down the line. Normally, down the line is only passing shots, approach shots. I'm in trouble. I'm hitting the ball down the line because that's normally his weaker side, and he hits a great cross court. Now, whenever you're in trouble, you also want to throw a lob. That helps you get back into the court. Throw the lob. I'm off the court. I'm back in the middle. And you mirror your opponent. You place yourself right in front. If the ball's in the middle of the court, you mirror him. If the ball's in the corner, you have to cover cross court. But if the ball's in the middle of the court, you mirror your opponent to cut down the angles. Throw the lob. Get in position. Mirror. I don't like to lob twice in a row. I'm going to go for a pass in the second shot. Because I think when they hit the first overhead, they're already at the service line. And so if you throw another lob, they'll still be at the service line. They'll just step in and hit a really good overhead. So I don't like to lob twice in a row. I always go for a pass. And he had a pretty good shot. He has a pretty good position. I was lucky at the ball low, and he went for a drop. Whenever you have a point, never give up. When you run for the ball, go for a pass. Don't just put the ball in play. Go for a pass. That's the key here. I run for the ball, but I go for a pass, cross-court pass. So, you want to control the middle. You want to get into attack position. If you're in trouble, you lob with your defensive slice. Never lob twice in a row, because they're going to be back for the overhead. They're going to hit the overhead. They'll be there already. You want them to come forward to the volley. It's really hard to do that. Hit the overhead, then come forward for a volley. And whenever you play the point, it's good to have video to it. Now I'm happening after that. Classic point. Good attack position. Good use of the point in my basket. Bad shot. You need to practice the zones with a hitting partner and get used to it. So that you're hitting 1 to 3 and you're hitting 2 to 1, 2 to 3 from the middle to the corners. Practice those shots. Never hit the backhand down the line, it goes to their forehand. So you can play the corner to move your opponent and dictate play. So the backhand's almost always cross court. The only time you hit the backhand down the line is a passing shot, approach shot, or if you're totally off the court. Why would you hit your backhand to their forehand? Their forehands are going to be better than your backhand. From the corner, you go back to the other corner. Go cross-court backhand. Don't hit the down the line. If you hit the down the line, you're out of position. It's a shorter court. It's a higher part of the net. To change the direction of the ball. You might miss. If you hit the down the line, you have to get the recovery positioning. You have to cover the cross. And so if you must hit the down line, make sure you cover the cross. Move over in position. The key to tennis is anticipating the next shot and neutralizing their weapons. Use a physical demarcation of the court. Separate the court based on physical positioning. Know where your forehand is, know where your offensive backhand is, and know where your defensive backhand is. And practice those shots. So when you're on the run, be on the single sideline, you throw a deep slice cross court, you throw a lob. I prefer a deep slice cross court to their backhand. That way the court stays closed. If they come in, then practice a deep slice cross court short angle so that if they come in, you hit a pretty good passing shot. You want to attack their weakness. But for the middle, you have to be able to go forehand cross court and forehand inside out. You have to go. I prefer going from the forehand, middle to the backhand. You have to practice it. You have to adjust it for your opponent, and you have to execute the strategy. Think about these things. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer you. That was a confidence guide to playing singles. And next time,